which in the Philippines remains frankly higher as compared to peers in the region. I want to start with Mon. Mon, is size still king? Is size still critical? Because it seems to be the case that size is still king, as well as the size of the the network of branches. Because especially for a market like us, where more people have low technology access, what do you think?
Um, you're not wrong there, but maybe you'll be wrong in the near future, sooner than you think, right? So, things are changing. Things are rapidly moving towards digitization. Yes, telecoms is a challenge, but that's been changing, right? Um, in our view, to be honest, at this day and age, to be heavily invested in the branch network and having a grid, that if that is the definition of big, right? Um, that is perhaps not the way to grow. That's not the way to scale today. You know, okay, so you have a lot of branch networks, but look how many Filipinos still remain unbanked today, right? The opportunity is really to reach them through digital. We've got mobility devices, we've got connectivity. Yes, it needs to improve, but it is improving. That's the way we're going to really bring in more Filipinos and their small businesses even into the formal banking sector.
Mhm. And speaking of digital, Miguel, let's talk about the award winning corporate banking platform, The Portal, which is described as digital banking on steroids. Give us the highlights and how is it different from what the next competition is offering?
Right. So, I think Sermon discussed it earlier, right? So we have a
Mhm.
bunch of great innovations on the product itself, and I'm really excited to talk about the product, and we can go into that. But one thing I'm excited about is actually the onboarding process. See, a lot of banks and the business products in general focus on the product. So you have a great product, but I like to compare it to an airport, right? Sometimes a lot of people want to fly, but if the airport is lousy and cumbersome, not a lot of people are going to do it. And so what we've done is not just focus on providing a great solution, but also focus on a great onboarding experience. A lot of clients have trouble onboarding and starting using online banking, not because there's no value in going online. We've talked about it a lot. There's a lot of value. But actually, the biggest hurdle is actually the onboarding process. A lot of times, and we were like this previously, onboarding takes days, sometimes weeks, sometimes even months. Because onboarding in a business solution is very customized. It's unlike in the retail sector for personal accounts. There's an out-of-the-box product on the App Store or Google Play, and you just download it and you start using it, right? It's super easy. But for business clients, it's very customized solutions that they need. So a lot of times, banks will send someone there, scope out the requirements, set it up here manually through backend, and then train them because it's such a difficult experience, right? You check all the boxes for all the solutions you need, but it's so cumbersome. Nobody really pays attention on giving a great user experience. What we've done with the portal is not just digitize and provide great solutions, we've digitized the enrollment process as well. So now, our average turnaround time is less than a day. A lot of clients within minutes, in fact, are able to start using online banking and no further training needed is required, right? So on the website, there's on-site tutorials. It's very, very user-friendly. Like Sir Mon mentioned, um, it's very user-friendly. We built it in-house. So a lot of clients are actually using it online. About 60% no longer need further assistance from the and we're looking to improve that number further on. So that's something I'm really excited about, right? The onboarding process that's very, very important for us, um, and that's something that I'm excited about. And once you're on the platform, of course, there's a bunch of different solutions. So one of the things that we're excited about now that's growing, increasing in popularity is a mobile check deposit. So clients can now scan their checks, and I think we're the first bank to allow this for businesses. There's quite a few solutions now for individuals, but we're now allowing this for businesses. And there's a huge demand for this in the business sector, who still mostly transact through checks. So that's one of the exciting features when you're already on the platform itself.
Miguel, you mentioned about onboarding, impressive 1 day turnaround time. Really great to hear. How is the configuration part though? Because in corporate banking, it means multiple people have varying access levels. to that account? You've got the maker, you've got possibly the admin, the approver. How do you reconfigure? I imagine, normally this is, if you do it all online, somebody guides you through the phone, telling you what to click and how to do it. Is that how it works?
Yeah, that's a great question, right? So that's how it used to be. It used to require someone to go to the client to talk to them either through the phone or through a personal meeting. But what we've done is try to package solutions that we think make sense for clients and make that available on a website. So you can actually go check it out. It's portal greenbankph.com/enrollment, and there's a bunch of packaged solutions there that clients can pick and grab. So there's a level of customization that they can still avail. We've packaged it into the ones that we think make sense, and so that majority of our clients are now just choosing from those packaged solutions that they can avail online. For the other clients, so we realize not all the clients are gonna be able to do it online because some of them really, really want very, very customized. So the few that remain, those we still cater to. But because we're freed up, we don't onboard all our clients, we can now give the attention and manpower we need to focus on those that really need our attention and really, really customize their requirements.
And the portal, is it something that companies have to apply for separately, or is it now offered as part of the corporate banking package to all of your clients, corporate banking clients?
Right. Right. So right now, by default, all accounts open digitally. Automatically, we enroll them on the portal. So by default, now we digitize clients. So we're shifting over. Previously, several of our clients, a big percentage, a big bulk of them are open accounts, but they're not online in online banking. So we're in the process now of moving everyone online, but definitely the ones that are new to the bank, we are automatically enrolling them to online banking.
Okay. Mon, I wanted to get a bigger picture perspective from you. I mean, how much of your corporate banking clients would you say are you able to successfully move online or to digital? Because the central bank came out with a report, the Better Than Cash Alliance report, that showed the digitization of B2B payments is actually pretty low. It's at 2.7% versus the overall rate of 10% in the Philippines.
Yeah, that's a super good report, right? I read that thing and then several times now, and it does explain a lot of what's going on, right? So yes, what we're seeing is a lot of customers adopting digital. We're seeing orders of magnitude in adoption, but when you look at the total picture, perhaps it's still small when it comes to traditional modes of payment, right? Um, if we look at modes of payment and the use of digital funds transfers as a really big measure of adoption of digital, and it really is. I've been talking about payments and collections from the start of this discussion today, right? But the reality is that there's still some things that are challenging the industry, and among those are things like the need to have receipts, physical paper receipts, right? When you do your payments to your suppliers, you need to be able to claim a receipt so you can apply the proper withholding, that the proper taxes, etc., right? And that's actually been a drag. But actually, there are already efforts to move from these physical receipts to digital receipts. And when that happens, and that'll happen sooner than you think. We are going to see a massive acceleration in the adoption of payments, of digital payments, and adoption of digital banking overall. So that's a big one that we're greatly looking forward to. Beyond that, I think the other challenges are perhaps still in the areas of comfort. I suppose there's still some concerns about safety, right? But there are ways to deal with this, and I think everybody, from individuals to business folks, are becoming more and more comfortable to using technology in their day to day. We can only just look at how we're now running our lives professionally and personally in this new work, this new normal, right?
Okay, so I actually tried to crowdsource questions from the public about concerns, corporate banking concerns, and here are the top concerns that they had. Transaction security, of course, with the accelerated shift to digital, we also see the concurrent rise, exponential rise in hacking